Hi, today is May 18th, 2022. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, we have some news today across the whole country. The first item, though, is quite disturbing. Yesterday, it was announced that a judge, presumably in Lansing, but I'm not sure of that, but this judge ruled that Michigan's 1846, recertified in 1931, law banning abortions through all 9 months of pregnancy, except for the physical life of the mother, was unconstitutional. Kind of complicated story, but she has put a temporary block on this law. And the reason is, if the Supreme Court does overturn Roe v. Wade in this Dobbs decision that will be coming down in a few weeks, really, if the court does reverse Roe v. Wade, then states all over the country have laws that could take effect immediately, banning abortions. And Michigan is one of those states. And this judge wants to make sure that if Roe is overturned, then our 1846 law does not take effect. So she has blocked that law from taking effect if Roe is overturned. And, you look into this judge's history. This judge, what is her name here? Sandra Gleicher. I'm not sure if it's Sandra, but it's Gleicher. She is a Planned Parenthood donor. And back in 1997, as an attorney, she actually represented Planned Parenthood in a challenge to that very same pro-life law from 1846. So, she's hardly an impartial arbiter in this case. If anybody should have recused herself, it should have been Judge Gleicher. But she didn't. And here's what she said regarding our old law. After 50 years of legal abortion in Michigan, there can be no doubt but that the right of personal autonomy and bodily integrity enjoyed by our citizens includes the right of a woman to terminate a pregnancy. And you're hearing an airplane in the background. Forgive me for that. I live too close to the airport. So she's focusing in on this idea of bodily integrity that supposedly trumps our law. And for that reason, she is eager to reject or overturn or rule unconstitutional our old 1846 law. As to be expected, Right to Left from Michigan is going to challenge this. And one of our attorneys, this is a statement from Right to Left from Michigan, quote, "We are consulting with our legal team. We believe it would be difficult for Judge Gleicher to stay impartial due to her personal beliefs and a long history with Planned Parenthood. But for now, we are relying on her comments regarding her ability to judge fairly." Well, clearly, her ability to judge fairly is brought into question. So this is a new development, just happened yesterday afternoon. So we will keep you posted on developments as this progresses. But clearly, Right to Left from Michigan's attorneys will be in court. They will be challenging this, and it's going to go up to a higher court, whether to an appellate court or the Michigan Supreme Court. Moving on, good news from New England. Planned Parenthood just announced that it will be closing 5 abortion clinics in Vermont and New Hampshire. This is a good thing. They are citing staffing problems and politics. Well, we've all been to a restaurant where you'll see a sign in the window, hiring now, we're looking for employees. So, there may be some truth to the staffing problem, but the politics has to do with, at least in New Hampshire, has to do with the New Hampshire state legislature pulling contracts with Planned Parenthood to the tune of saving the state's the residents $1 million in taxpayer dollars, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, the Biden administration stepped in and has given the New Hampshire Planned Parenthood affiliate $500,000 of taxpayer dollars. So it's not a complete win, but it is a partial win in that abortion clinics are closing. And it also follows a trend of abortion clinics closing all over the country for a variety of reasons. So I will keep you posted if any more clinics do close in the coming weeks and months. On the national scene, we have still had no word from from the Supreme Court regarding that leak and who leaked it. You know, you'd think by now they would have discovered who the culprit was. You know, if it's a law clerk, there's only 36 law clerks. Each of the 9 justices gets to pick 4 law clerks. So there's only 36 of them. And if we're going to assume that it's a law clerk who did the leaking, it shouldn't take this long to find out who did it. So, you know, I just don't understand what's taking so long. Meanwhile, the White House and the Democrats have been providing a litany of pro-abortion slogans, and obviously the principal 2 are "My Body, My Choice," and their new favorite one is "Abortion is Healthcare." You know, they're killing babies, but it's healthcare to kill babies. You know, I think about pregnant women who have to see, you know, their OBGYN for prenatal care. You know, they want to check your weight, they want to check your blood pressure, they want to see how the baby's doing, they want to make sure you're not smoking or drinking or taking drugs. You know, but the focus is on not just mom, but it's on how mom's lifestyle and behaviors and nutrition is helping her baby. You know, a lot of it has to do with helping the baby get good care in the womb so that the mom can have a good, healthy baby and a good, safe delivery. Last item, and this is just perhaps an aside on my part, maybe a bias on my part, but I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired of seeing on TV these women, these dull-minded people, I call them, who dress up in these red Handmaid's Tale costumes. Am I the only one that is sick of this? I mean, it is so ridiculous to think that pro-life people and perhaps Republicans in general want women to be basically enslaved, impregnated, basically raped by rich men, if that's how the story goes in the novel, raped by men. Obviously, the goal is to be impregnated because they want to have these children. But once these handmaids have their babies, they're tossed to the wolves, and the babies are then given to the husband and wife to raise as their own. But the women are basically just baby machines. Well, I mean, that is ridiculous. This is a piece of fiction written by Canadian author Margaret Atwood. It's a book of creative literature. That's all it is. And to think that people could assume that this could actually take place in America is repulsive. Absolutely repulsive. So, before I leave, I want to remind you once again, like I have for the last several weeks, don't sign that petition. And you know what I'm talking about. Don't sign that petition. With that, I will let you go, and I will see you next time.